Hey guys, it's Joshua here. I'm an artist at Lot 23, and today I want to show you how to get comfortable doing a two-finger fingerstyle pattern on the guitar. This is one of my personal favorites and probably my favorite sound of the acoustic guitar. And so later on I also want to show you how to incorporate your third finger, but for today's video we're going to keep it simple. Just figure out how to get comfortable doing that two-finger style pattern, which is used in the song you just heard. It's an excerpt from John Moreland's Tulsa County Stars. Also a popular style that's used in a lot of pop music, as well as the Beatles' Blackbird. So this is a great starter if you want to start getting into all that fingerstyle pattern music in the guitar. So first off, I want you to place your hand on the guitar with fourth and fifth fingers planted on the body. You'll notice some guitarists don't do this when they do fingerstyle, and that's because they're probably incorporating their fourth and fifth fingers as well. That's used more in classical style. And so for the purposes of today's video and for the kind of styles of music that I'm used to doing, which is more folk and pop, I usually stick to a more traditional 2 or 3 fingerstyle pattern. So with your fourth and fifth fingers planted on the body of the guitar, let's form a G chord in our left hand. And then the first element that you need to get comfortable with in fingerstyle is the bass pattern in the thumb. So we're gonna pluck E and then the D string. Now when you get comfortable just going back and forth with these, keeping a nice, steady, even tempo. Now again, this forms the bass for this 2 and 3 finger style patterns. And you'll notice after just doing this for a few seconds, already your thumb starts to tense up, starts to get a little tired. This part takes a lot of endurance. If you watch some people like Tommy Emmanuel, other guitarists that do a lot of this style, it's unbelievable how fast their thumbs go, how much endurance, how much stamina they've built up. So it's really good to just get comfortable with this pattern. Alright, once you're really comfortable with the thumb and you feel like you figured it out, we're going to start incorporating the first finger. Now there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different patterns you can create, just depending on when the first finger plucks the strings. But for today's video, we're gonna just do one simple pattern. So also, we're just gonna be comping chords. So you'll notice that when I was doing the Tulsa County Stars, I was hitting all 3 different strings. For today's video, second finger is only gonna be on B and G. Just trying to keep it as simple as possible so we can get comfortable with that. And still, the pattern I'm gonna show you is very useful if you're just learning how to accompany yourself with chords. Like for a basic chord chart. Good campfire music. So, using the same pattern in our bass, I want you to start adding your first finger. We're gonna pluck the thumb and first finger together with first finger on B on the second bass note in your thumb. Just that much. This is the first half of the fingerstyle pattern. So get really comfortable with this, knowing it's just half of it. So again, I'm still hitting my E and D, but then my first finger is landing on the B string the same time my thumb is hitting the open D. Once you're comfortable with that part of the pattern, we'll move on to the second half. Now thumb is still going to do the same thing, but this is where it gets a little bit trickier. So I'm still doing E and D in the thumb, but now I'm adding the G and B in the pointer finger. So let's slow that part down a little bit. So now our fingers are alternating. Thumb is 1, pointer is 2. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. With pointer hitting the G and B strings. And then as you get comfortable with that pattern, just start speeding it up a little. Take as long as you need to get comfortable with that. Now we're going to put both of those parts together, the first one being, then the second. Together it sounds like this. practice that as long as you need just to get really comfortable with how it feels, how it sounds. It took me a long time to get comfortable with just keeping a consistent tempo and making sure I didn't trip up my pattern. So don't feel bad if it takes you a little while to catch it. I'm going to show you how to go from a G chord to a C chord. You'll notice the biggest change is that instead of just playing the E and D strings with my thumb, I now have to play the A and D string with my thumb because I'm losing that low string as a bass note in the chord. Now to C. Back to G. To D. And you'll notice that the thumb has to get used to just choosing bass notes depending on what chord you're doing. So first off, I'll just get comfortable with doing that style, fingerstyle on the G chord, and start ranging out to the other chords as your confidence starts to grow a bit. And in the next video, I want to show you how you can actually apply this pattern to a song. So if you have an idea of a fingerstyle song that you would like to learn, just drop it in the comments below and we'll see if we can figure it out together. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you guys around soon.